Yeah, how you feel heading into this? What did you see this week, and how do you feel heading into the season finale?
The guys are a little, look, even though it's a beautiful Seattle fall day, they're a little squirrely. I think they want a game. They want a game. Too much training, too much coaches yapping at them. But they power through. They soldier through. It's a professional group. They know what they need to do. So it turned out okay.
You know, you're heading into the playoffs. We're going to have these 3-game series for the first time. Do you like this format? Do you think you're going to like this format?
I think I've gone on record, and I'll say it again. I'm open-minded. I mean, I kind of like the one and done. I like the one game. I thought those were exciting games. Best of 3 is that kind of, trying to get an American version of playoffs. Reward higher seeds for maybe having a, one bad game. I get where they're going, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I think penalty kicks right after the 90 minutes. I think players and coaches hate that, but maybe the fans like it. We'll see.
I know you talked about the attack with Softy a couple days ago, but to continue that conversation, going into this game, do you feel like you need to put together a really good offensive outburst before the playoffs, or do you feel like you can hit the playoffs and kind of be able to pick it up offensively where you need to?
Well, I'd like to have one. Whether that's critical for success, is debatable. Defense wins championships a lot of the times, but you need critical goals at critical moments. So let's just say that we're under it. First 20 minutes, St. Louis hasn't played in 3 weeks. They're chomping at the bit, home fans, whatever. You get that timely goal. You get that goal against the run-up. But sometimes the timeliness of goals is more important than the amount of goals. You put them on the back foot, close out a game 1-0, 2-0. Then it's not a 4-0 blowout, but the timing of that goal is critical. So some of those things play into it, but yeah, sure. I'd love guys to feel confident going into the playoffs, for sure.
St. Louis themselves, what stands out about this team that you haven't seen since April?
Well, Bradley's done a good job. Sam Madrenian, you got to give credit to him. They're a solid team. I know statistically, you guys talk about the high regains and pressure high. There's also take goals as the game goes on, more goals as the game goes on. Is that because they're pressing higher earlier? I mean, there's lots of little nuances, but overall, steady group, good group, professional group. It's a good team, and they're deserved of their place in first in the West.
Nuhu, I guess, had some visa issues and wasn't able to play. What did you make of that situation? And I guess Obed was back. It looked like, I think.
Obed and Nuhu are back. They'll both be involved in the game. Nuhu just had it's out of my pay grade, but yeah, sometimes players getting in the Schengen zone, they have different visa issues. So that's unfortunate, but he's back. He's ready to go.
Did he get basically stuck in the United States? Like I don't know what
he
was.
got stuck in Russia.
He got stuck in Russia.
Yeah.
And was that where they?
But he's back now. So
Right.
That's the bottom line. But whatever Cameroon does, that's out of our control. And he's happy to be back. And just you can ask him the story yourself.
We're going to see a 30 for 30 Nuhu in Russia.
No. Look. Sometimes Nuhu doesn't get the benefit. Like in some windows, especially late in the year, we like to give guys a few days off, downtime, for their mental preparation leading into the playoffs. The guys that go on international break don't get that opportunity. So him not playing in that game, him having to stay a couple of days in Russia, then I know you guys watch his Instagram account. He was watching the Ghana-Mexico game in Philly with some of his guys. A little bit of downtime's not the worst thing in the world for him. So he's mentally fresh. The physical factor, maybe that's it. Adam checked in with him. What was his training like? But, sometimes it's good to get away.
Does that impact your decision making in terms of who to start on?
Sure, of course it does. We got to make sure we don't put him at injury risk. What has his training program been? He took a long flight, a couple of long flights to get back into Seattle. We'll see how he rocks up. He feels pretty good today, but sometimes you get that residual. We got to travel again. I won't put him at injury risk.
Speaking of injuries, are there any big ones left? It
No.
seems like you're pretty healthy.
Full
going
squad.
Yeah,
Coaches are having problems getting everybody involved. So full squad, and that's good.
exactly. Kind of a
good.
unique thing going back to the number of years of being able to have 100% nearly, going to the playoffs.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. Everybody's out there working hard. They're together as a group, as a team.
And what'd you make of Obed's contributions in the U23s?
It was okay in the last game, he didn't play, but it just he's going to be in that pool for the next foreseeable future. Super talented. He'll be in all of our decisions for the future. I mean, he's a super talented kid.
He scored. He did score in the first one, right?
Yeah. He's firmly entrenched there. Is what I would. Which group is he in? I
Right.
couldn't tell you. I mean, is he in the 20s? Is it 23s? Is the 19? I mean, that's for U.S. Soccer to decide.